The town of Arkham stood silent, as if holding its breath. Nestled amidst ancient forests and shrouded in mist, it held its secrets close, like a lover's whisper. A picturesque facade hid a chilling truth, a darkness that thrived in the shadows. Young women began to disappear. No trace, no reason, just gone, as if swallowed by the night, just whispers on the wind, carrying tales of sorrow and fear. The disappearances haunted Arkham End, casting a long dark shadow over its people. Fear seeped into the very foundation of the town, cracking its facade and revealing the terror within. Sheriff Brody, a man hardened by years of service, felt a growing unease, a gnawing dread that kept him awake at night. The missing girls haunted his dreams, their faces twisted in silent screams. Their faces, etched with youthful innocence, now reflected the town's collective terror. Something was terribly wrong, and everyone felt it. Desperate for answers, Brody reached out, his voice trembling with urgency. He called for help from the Department of Arcane and Occult Investigations, hoping they could shed light on the darkness. Two figures arrived, hardened investigators, Carter and Riley, their presence a beacon of hope. They brought with them an air of grim determination, ready to face whatever horrors awaited. The weight of countless similar cases rested upon their shoulders, a burden they bore with stoic resolve. Carter, the elder, bore the scars of encounters with the unknown, each one a story of survival. His eyes held a weary wisdom, a testament to the battles fought and the horrors witnessed. Riley, younger and full of fire, exuded an eagerness to prove herself, her determination a sharp contrast to Carter's weary experience. As they stepped out of the car, a chill wind swept through Arkham End, carrying with it a sense of foreboding. It carried with it the scent of pine and damp earth, but beneath it lingered a faint alien odor, a smell that spoke of ancient evils, an odor that spoke of something old and evil, a presence that had long haunted the town. The investigators exchanged a knowing look, their silent communication a testament to their shared experiences. They had stepped into a nightmare, a place where the line between reality and horror blurred. The townsfolk were wary, their eyes filled with mistrust. Their eyes followed the investigators with a mix of fear and suspicion, as if they were intruders in a sacred space. Each question was met with hesitant glances and mumbled replies, the townsfolk seemingly afraid to speak the truth. The missing girls, it seemed, were not the only secrets Arkham End held. Dark whispers hinted at even more sinister mysteries. The investigators visited the families of the missing, hoping to find some clue that would unravel the enigma. Each tearful account, each shared photograph, deepened the mystery, painting a picture of sorrow and despair.
An old woman, her face etched with worry, spoke of strange symbols and eerie occurrences. She had seen them near the old Blackwood Manor, long abandoned and rumoured to be cursed, a place shrouded in dark legends.
The investigators listened intently, absorbing every detail, every nuance of the old woman's tale. They understood the language of fear, the subtle signs that whispered of things best left undisturbed, of ancient evils lurking in the shadows. Blackwood Manor loomed on the outskirts of town, a gothic monstrosity consumed by creeping vines, its presence a constant reminder of the town's dark past. Its windows, like vacant eyes, seemed to follow their every move, watching, waiting. As they approached, a sense of dread washed over them, an almost tangible force pressing down on their spirits. The air grew heavy, thick with unseen menace, as if the very atmosphere was alive with malevolence. Inside the manor, dust and decay painted a picture of forgotten grandeur. Cobwebs hung like macabre tapestries, and the musty air hinted at long undisturbed secrets. The investigators moved carefully, their footsteps echoing in the silence. They were not alone. A cold draft led them to a hidden chamber beneath the manor. There, etched into the cold stone floor, was a symbol of immense power and unsettling familiarity. The investigators recognized it from their archives. The yellow sign, a mark of the crawling chaos, Nyarlathotep. The chamber was filled with arcane artifacts, ancient tomes bound in human skin, ceremonial daggers stained with an unknown viscous liquid, and strange effigies that seemed to writhe in the flickering candlelight. This was no mere haunting. This was the lair of a cult that worshipped something ancient and monstrous. Days turned into weeks as the investigators delved deeper into the mystery, their determination unwavering despite the growing sense of dread. They followed the trail of the cult, uncovering hidden messages and secret meetings, each clue more disturbing than the last. Fear, they discovered, had a way of loosening tongues, revealing secrets that were meant to stay hidden. A local vagrant, driven mad by what he had seen, spoke of a ritual, his eyes wild with terror. A ritual to summon something from beyond the stars, an entity of unimaginable power and malevolence. The ritual, he claimed, was to take place on the night of the approaching eclipse, a night shrouded in darkness and mystery. A night when the veil between worlds would be at its thinnest, allowing the entity to cross over. The investigators knew time was running out, their sense of urgency growing with each passing moment. They had to act fast and stop the ritual before it was too late, before the world was plunged into chaos. They traced the cult's movements to an abandoned mine outside Arkham End, a place long forgotten and shrouded in mystery. The air hung heavy with the stench of sulfur and decay, a foul reminder of the evil that lurked within. Strange chanting echoed from deep within the earth, a chorus of voices twisted into something monstrous and inhuman, sending chills down their spines. Among the artifacts recovered from Blackwood Manor, one book stood out. Bound in ancient leather and etched with chilling symbols, it radiated an aura of pure evil.
This was no ordinary book. This was the Necronomicon, a tome of forbidden knowledge and unspeakable horrors.
Riley, her fingers tracing the alien symbols, felt a chill run down her spine. The book pulsed with a dark energy, whispering promises of power and forbidden knowledge.
Riley, be careful. The Necronomicon is not to be trifled with. Its secrets are a double-edged sword.
Within its pages, they discovered a ritual to counter the summoning. A dangerous gamble, but their only hope. The ritual was complex, requiring precise timing and a deep understanding of the ancient tongues. The night of the eclipse arrived, cloaking Arkham End in an unnatural twilight. A blood-red moon hung heavy in the sky, casting long, distorted shadows.
The investigators, armed with spells gleaned from the Necronomicon and whatever courage they could muster, descended into the mine.
The air grew heavy with the stench of decay and the oppressive weight of countless watchful eyes. Strange bioluminescent fungi illuminated the tunnels, painting a scene both beautiful and terrifying.
The chanting grew louder as they approached the heart of the mine. They found the cult gathered in a vast cavern, their robes a sea of darkness.
In the center, a sacrificial altar awaited its final offering, and above it all, a swirling vortex of energy pulsed in time with the chanting, a tear in the fabric of reality. The gateway was almost open. The investigators burst into the chamber, their sudden appearance throwing the cultists into a frenzy. Chaos erupted as they fought their way towards the altar, desperate to stop the ritual before it was too late. Spells flew like deadly missiles, illuminating the cavern with bursts of otherworldly light. But it was too late. The chanting reached a fever pitch, and the vortex pulsed with blinding light. From the swirling chaos, a figure began to emerge. Tall and gaunt, with skin like polished obsidian, it radiated an aura of unimaginable power and malice. Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos, had arrived. Panic gripped the cultists as their supposed savior turned on them. Nyarlathotep, with a chilling smile, unleashed a wave of pure madness. Minds shattered, bodies contorted into grotesque shapes, echoing the chaos that reigned within their god's heart. Carter and Riley, their minds shielded by the Necronomicon's power, watched in horror. From the depths of the vortex, a second horror emerged. A creature of pure cosmic terror, its tentacles dripping with slime and its maw filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth. This was no mere avatar, this was a star spawn of Cthulhu, a being of pure chaos and destruction. It laid waste to all in its path. The mine shook with the force of 1,000 earthquakes.
Carter, seeing an opportunity in the chaos, shoved Riley towards a side tunnel. "Go! Warn the others," he shouted, his voice barely audible above the roar.
Riley hesitated, but Carter's determined gaze left no room for argument. She fled through the collapsing mine, the screams of the damned echoing behind her.
She emerged into the cold night, gasping for breath. The eclipse was ending, the blood-red moon fading behind a veil of clouds, but the nightmare was far from over.
Riley, forever changed by the horror she had witnessed, knew her duty. The world had to be warned. The crawling chaos had come to Arkham End, a harbinger of things to come.
And she, the sole survivor, was left to bear the terrible knowledge. The echoes of the void would forever haunt her waking moments.